In this video, we'll demonstrate how DataStori extracts data from Microsoft SQL Server using both Change Data Capture, CDC, and custom queries. The same approach applies to MySQL and Postgres as well. In this demo, we want to capture all the changes taking place on the GL_details table. Let's begin by configuring the database connection. Note that the pipeline executes entirely within the user's cloud environment. There's no need to expose the database to the public internet. The extraction code communicates with the database securely over private IPs. Let's begin by configuring the database connection. Navigate to Sources, add a new source and select Database Connection. Add your connection details. Please note, DataStori cannot access your database directly. The connection is established securely within your own cloud environment. Next, let's create an integration and let's move data from SQL Server to cloud storage. Add a new integration and select the source and the destination. The source is MS SQL Server and destination is the cloud storage where we want the data to be written. Now let's select our integration and start configuring the data we want to capture from the SQL Server. Click on Add New Dataset to add the DB tables. Let's enter the connection details and choose the preferred data capture mode. If you select Change Data Capture, CDC, ensure that CDC is enabled on your SQL Server. Then, specify the schema and table name for which you want to track changes. Let's select CDC for this demo. Set the schema and the table name. Select your preferred schedule and deduplication key. While DataStori doesn't stream changes in real time via Kafka or other queues, you can configure the pipeline to run as frequently as every minute to capture updates at your desired interval. Next, configure the data storage location. You can configure data quality checks under the Advanced Settings section. Add the dataset and the pipeline will either run on schedule or you can run it on demand. Let's move to AWS S3 and check the output. Now, let's review the data output and the folders created in AWS S3. By default, data is stored in cloud storage, but it can also be pushed to destinations like SQL Server, Snowflake, or Postgres. The bronze folder contains raw data exactly as received from SQL Server. This is then flattened, schema-aligned, and deduplicated before being stored in the silver folder, which holds clean, structured data ready for analysis. Lastly, the schema folder captures schema definitions and tracks any changes over time. Let's check the data as fetched from SQL Server. Here's a list of all the changes captured in the GL details table since the last pipeline run. These are stored in the bronze folder. Now, let's move to the silver folder to view the clean, deduplicated, and query-ready data. Here data is available in both Delta and CSV formats. You can choose the format that best fits your downstream requirements. Let's look at the data in CSV format. Here are the deduped and flattened changes that are taking place in GL details table and are being captured via CDC. Apart from CDC, DataStori also supports custom SQL queries for data extraction. Simply switch to Custom SQL mode, enter your query, and proceed. The storage location and output format remain unchanged. In this example, we're fetching GL details using a custom SQL script. Note the use of the yesterday variable to enable incremental data loading. All subsequent steps follow the same process as demonstrated earlier. This guide covered how data can be fetched from SQL Server or Postgres or MySQL using both CDC and custom queries. With the GL details pipeline configured, you can now run historical loads to backfill your warehouse. Going forward, the pipeline will run daily. You can monitor its status via the DataStori dashboard, and you'll be notified automatically if anything goes wrong. DataStori continuously monitors data quality, tracks schema evolution, and documents every pipeline run. If needed, you can roll back to a previous checkpoint with ease. Thank you for your interest. Please feel free to write to us if you have any queries.